2. Aaron Judge is the American League single-season home run leader. The AL King. Case closed.
Hameen Media Group. Big Ray Hernandez. The Vet, Jamie Williams. This is your Next Level Wrestling Review. And we are NXT. All right. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night. Whenever you decide to tune in, ladies and gentlemen, here at channelattitude.com and Hameen Media Group on YouTube, Ben Hameen, and also Hameen Media on Twitch. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the reporter of the people, the man on the plan, Big Ray, here to stay. Actually, you know what? I was supposed to change that. All right, let's try this again. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the pundit of the people, the man with the plan, Big Ray, here to stay to talk some lucha libre and baseball today. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you my co-host. This man hit 113 home runs in the underhanded mixed softball on a tee match. It's the vet, Jamie Williams. The vet. He's a Rip Rogers guy. The vet. Vet. Rip Rogers guy. Move over, Barry Bonds. Move over, Sammy Sosa. Move over, Mark McGuire, Aaron Judge, and more. Ladies and gentlemen, this man did it, and he did it clean. Like Aaron Judge. I shouldn't even mention Aaron Judge with those other fucking roided bastards. They don't count. We will discuss that later. But ladies and gentlemen, this is my partner. He's a Rip Rogers guy. It's the vet, Jamie Williams. Hello, vet. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, man. How's it? So I was going to throw in a whole bunch of things. I was going to be like, because the league is mixed and then you have a couple of cripples in there and stuff. But, cripples, I don't think we're allowed to say that anymore.
Said it twice.
Yeah, 2 or 3 retards thrown in there. I don't know if you can say that.
Geez.
What? And a couple of, just say people jumping over walls, getting into our country for free. How are you, buddy? Everything's good?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Your little picture last week got some play, brother. The
Which
vet
one?
finally smiles.
Yeah.
And then,
So
of course,
I want Elon Musk to add a Twitter option where you can remove yourself from tagged.
Oh, you can.
Like, not really though.
Oh.
Not really.
Sorry, but it was awesome. The vet smiles. I would actually make a painting of that picture. It says, just call it the smile.
It'd be like the Scream.
Like the Scream.
Because it looks horrifying just like that when I have to physically assist the upturning of the corners.
I gotta be honest with you, vet. I miss when you do the names, the acknowledgments, but I get it. Ain't nobody here. You don't get to see everything.
Yeah, you got them all in one tidy list there.
But speaking of acknowledgments, vet, it's about that time. It is time to acknowledge Acknowledge me. I didn't press the button.
And you're sure this is royalty free, right?
Who the fuck cares? I don't even care anymore.
Oh.
The song is written in the 40s or whatever. I think as long as I keep it nice and low. See this right here? As long as I keep it here and I keep talking, nobody will know the better. Unless some blue-haired motherfucker reports us. I don't care. I don't care, Vet. You get that?
He doesn't
I don't care. We're demonetized. What are you going to do now? You did everything. You did everything you could.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Yes, boy!
I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, right here, I wish Shana Tova to my friend Aaron Ben Shlomo celebrating Yom Kippur. Aren't you supposed to be fasting today, brother? Aren't you supposed to be in temple today, brother? What's going on, brother? All right, anyway. Ved, what are they testing on Lab Rat this week?
Well, they're testing performance enhancing drugs on Lab Rat to see if he can also hit a single season home run record.
He'll hit a ton of those, and he'll hit the other.
And they'll give him a little piece of cheese if he does it.
And then he'll hit the lady rats.
Yeah,
you know about that, right, brother? Oh yeah, baby, yeah. No.
Well, I thought when you said you know about that, right? I thought you were talking to Lab Rat, so I just laid out.
Oh, I was talking to you.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know about
hitting the rats. You ever had one that smelled like cheap perfume and tears?
No.
Hooker spit. Johnny is here. Just straight up Johnny. Is it Johnny the Bull Gravano? Is it Johnny Gargano? Is it, I don't know. Is it Johnny Cena? Johnny's here.
All right.
What's up, Johnny? Frank's Pickle Barrel Ass. Never change your name, my friend. From now on, for the rest of your life, you are I don't know, a pickled, what is it? What is it? A cucumber? A pickled cucumber or some shit? Is that what they are?
Yeah. Some people think cucumbers taste better pickled.
Ah, well. Is that true? I like the garlic. Do you like garlic pickles?
Yeah.
So good, right?
Yeah, really good.
We'll talk some pickles after this. All right.
You can't go wrong adding garlic to a lot of things.
No. It's just makes your breath smell like shit. That's
it comes through the pores later.
Oof. We have the lovely Elizabeth. Oh yeah. Yeah. No.
Lust in your eyes, Hogan.
You grabbed her ass. Remember when he had his
what ass?
I know. She was all face.
Yeah.
And boobs. Little boobs.
A little bit of boobs.
Like my ladies with little bony ass cheeks. Oh yeah. Freak out. Anywho, we have the artist formerly known as Lawrence Weaver. He is here. We have the lovely Adam Finch with his black and white He-Man gimmick. The little logo. That's what it was. The whole time, like, what is that? Is that a clock? The little logo that he has for YouTube. But it's, it's He-Man. Is He-Man the master of the universe?
He's one of them.
Okay. That's right. There are multiple ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Holy shit. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Yohimbo. Oh, yeah. He's here.
He said konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa, bitches.
Like Curry Man. Konnichiwa.
Oh, Curry Man. He's hot. He's spicy. He's delicious. It's fucking Curry Man. I wonder who the hell that was under that mask.
Yeah, no one will ever know.
There are rumors that it's Bray Wyatt.
Oh.
Exactly. Let that fucking sink in. The mighty Bobo and his beard. He should make a YouTube account just for his beard. Like an Instagram. Bobo, listen to me. Hear me out, buddy. They have this gimmick that I saw on Shark Tank where you can hang all this fucking cool stuff like little bulbs and lights in your beard. Do that this Christmas, please. I'll get the name for you. I need to see this. Anywho, what else we got here? We got Canada Spaceman. I wonder what part of the globe he's orbiting right now. What do you think? Or do you think they shot him off to Uranus? Let me get the back scratcher. There it is. You like this cool, it's very soft, black New York Yankees t-shirt my wife gave me.
That's brand new, huh?
It is fucking right out of the box. It smells like Chinese people's crying. You know, smells like the hands of 4-year-old labor. Oh,
it's good.
It's quite lovely.
No one else can no one else can sew it just right, you know.
We have the phenomenal Al Robinson. Is he related to Smokey Robinson? Jackie Robinson? What's the Robinson that got knocked out? I got to sneeze.
Juice Robinson?
Hold on. That was a tremendous sneeze. I wish you would have heard that. What's the for the Knicks? The guy is Nate Robinson.
Oh yeah.
No, maybe. We have the incredible Hulk. Oh no, Dan Heffron. Is it Heffron or Heffron?
We'll let him tell us. He says, okay. Handsome Dan Heffron has entered the building.
Handsome Dan Heffron has entered the building with a record of 142 and 69.
One knockout over Nate Robinson.
Over Nate Robinson, but everybody has knocked out Nate Robinson.
That was one of the Paul brothers, right?
It was Jake. It was what's the uglier Paul? The non-WWE Paul?
Jake.
Jake's that one.
That was the last real fight he had, too.
Jake looks like an emaciated lion. Think about it.
That's doing a lot of discredit to lions everywhere.
Well, oh wow. We have Cold-Blooded. That's Cold XX Blooded XX. He's in the and we love you too. I love the Next Level. This is what he says. I love this match. Oh no, I love the Next Level Wrestling Review.
He's a smart man.
He is, and we love you too. We really do. Like, trust me, we wouldn't fucking be here. It's very true. And I think, oh nope, we got the lovely, the incredible, the sexy Scott Woodford. He's here. I like Scott Woodford.
Dan Heffron says it's Heffron. Like Ron Burgundy and Anchorman.
Ron.
And Canada Spaceman replies with, I love Lamp.
He loves who?
Lamp.
Lamp?
Canada Spaceman, are you just looking at things in the room and saying you love them?
Oh, okay. I got it from them. Because, yes.
Took you a second because
it took me.
The fumes from the shirt, the Chinese.
There's nothing like having a shirt made by small children strapped to a chair. You could smell it. You could smell the desperation or the horror. I am in a shit mood today, brother. Anyway, Vet, what a fucking day yesterday, man. Listen, this is a discussion that's going to go on from here until somebody actually breaks this record.
Oh, wait.
What's up?
We just real quick? Do we acknowledge the Adam Finch? I don't remember if we. He's in one of the YouTube chats because we have both channels going simultaneously. So if you are in one chat and don't see somebody, they might be in the other chat. And the Adam Finch has been here, and he says, "All hail the new home run king." So,
oh shit, I don't see him here though.
Well, he was there. Could be gone
Finch.
by now.
You know what? This one is just for Adam Finch because I feel like I just
acknowledge me. Acknowledge me. You're gonna acknowledge me. You there, sitting at home. Acknowledge me.
That's just for Adam Finch. You have been like really freaking acknowledged.
Yeah.
Beyond acknowledged. Drop that beat, motherfuckers. Follow me on TikTok, guys, where you can hear me sing. Did you hear me sing my the Batista theme song?
No.
But I sang it like the dude from Creed.
Why?
Because I wanted to be different. Bro, the freaking train. I missed the 11:55 train. Okay? Okay? So I have the little app, and it's like, fucking oh, fuck, I missed the train. I had to take a dump before I left work. The next train was 26 minutes away. So what am I going to do? I sat at work, and I freaking sang WWE theme songs.
Oh.
Adam Finch. Oh, we did acknowledge Adam Finch. Yeah, put him over with the fucking He-Man gimmick, remember?
Oh, that was him?
Yeah.
Sorry, I must have been distracted.
You putting your socks on?
All right, next week you're not getting acknowledged.
No,
you got 2 this week.
Oh, well. So yeah, man, I just sat back and I just started to sing the Batista theme song. I did the whole. I was fucking bored out of my mind, just sitting there. But anyway, let's talk about it, Vet, real quick. You know what? Fucking make it part of the 3 count.
This is the 3 count. With today's biggest stories in pro wrestling, world news, pop culture, sports, and more. And now, back to Big Ray and the Vet.
All right, it is the 3 count. Like I said, you know, the latest and greatest in news, pop culture, sports, and more. So we're going to talk a little bit of everything today. And actually, what I want to actually lead this off with is not the Aaron Judge thing. I wanted to talk to you about the whole Giselle Bündchen and Tom Brady thing real quick. Now, is it any of our business what people are going through? Of course not. But, you know, you're in the limelight, and Tom Brady is possibly the biggest star I think the NFL has possibly ever. You thought Joe Montana was big. You thought, what's his name? The guy that played for the Jets. So what was the name of the guy that he did the underwear commercial?
Joe Namath.
Joe Namath. Tom Brady, I think. Would you agree that Tom Brady is possibly the biggest? What the fuck is this? Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. All right, before I bring this person on, don't jump on yet, sir. I want to surprise the people. If it's okay with you, just stand by 1 second. I want to talk a little Tom Brady, but before I do that, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta fucking pull this up, okay? Because I don't have it here ready. No, it's ready. Ladies and gentlemen, making his run in, he is the 5-time Middle Eastern champion. Ladies and gentlemen, he stands at 9 feet 11 inches tall. He weighs 911 pounds. He is the golden Ayatollah of rock and roller. The man who brings the smoke. And he is no joke. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my good brother, Ben Hameen, who has yet to send me any marijuana.
Don't blow that shit in Big Ray's face, Ben.
Yeah, Yalowski, man. What's good, boys? I just finished up red hot episode of The Consultants, and I saw you guys were live, so I figured I'd come over and see it. 2 of the heaviest hitters from HMG. You thought hitting 62 home runs, that ain't shit around here. These guys hit 1,000 grand slams every week, especially while I was away, man. So I want to say thank you guys for holding it down and keeping things going so I could recharge, and I'm glad to be back, man.
Yeah, brother, hitting harder than Colin Weissong at a truck stop.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
That's quite hard, that is.
So we were just chilling. Well, how you doing, Ben? What's going on?
I'm good, man. Like, I know you wanted me to clap back at, Billy and Brad, and I laugh about it. Like
that has no idea what's going on. By the way, I can see by his face.
So while I was on vacation, the two dirt sheet guys teamed up to like talk that shit on HMG and me and dispel whatever. But like, you know, they're telling lies. So I usually don't want to even deal with this type of stuff. It makes me laugh. Some people are like, what they say, they got hot and they get wicked hot. Like, I'm like, dude, these fucking goofs. They just want a wrestler to say their name at the end of the day. So no selling them makes me laugh because it makes it go in harder. Like they can't not deal with it. So, but I was like, fuck it. People are paying on patreon.com/Hami Media Group and they want answers. Right. So I usually don't ever do this, but the DMs had to get read, and because the DMs tell the tale of who I am and who they are and what they're actually saying to their fan base is not what was done. Nobody was kicked off of anything. And, you know,
you have the documents is what you're saying.
Yeah, they want to keep pushing. Yeah, shocking. On the consultants, I actually have the documents to back up the truth of the situation. So it'll get stooge of them because that's what happens in the wrestling world. But they'll be like, well, we forced his hand. Well, you forced my hand to show that you're a liar, you know, and it's unfortunate that, well, the worst thing in wrestling is that nobody's talking about you. So good or bad, I don't really give a fuck. But
Ben, I'm sorry to jump in real quick. Just so you people don't have an idea of what happened. A former colleague of ours, Brad Shepard and Billy Bate, decided to do a podcast together. And
birds of a feather flock
together because and this is what I said, and I don't give a shit. I'll say this. Usually when two people are very much disliked in the community of human beings, they tend to it's a lonely place. Whether they say it's not lonely, it's a very lonely place, and it's true. So what do? They merge together. They hang out together. They spend time together. They feed off of each other's hate and the anger and the tears and stuff like that. So sure. I just wanted to put that out there just so people have an idea of who it is, because Vet is sitting there smirking. He's like, who the fuck is it?
Well, I know who they are. They are no colleagues of mine, never have been, so never would have been.
Right.
As wrestling journalists. Sorry.
Never drawn a ticket, never paid a due, never sacrificed, living off of shit from 5-6 years ago. And then the other dude wants to flame me for, you said he was free speech, but they kicked me off. Well, in the DMs, are we gone? No. Like simple answers, but they make up these lies to try and vilify themselves or paint this whole thing in a different picture. And after they couldn't take being no sold, they wanted to. So I'll sell for it, but unlike AEW, I'll take the real heat and make money off of it and put it where it needs to be, behind the paywall. So they can claim one thing and keep saying my name. Hey, drive more people to HMG. They don't even know the art of the no sell. That's how low they are on the scrotum pole. So
scrotum pole, I just got that.
At the end of the day, you guys want to hear it? I'll be uploading it on Patreon today. So.
That's amazing. Ben, if you can hang out with us for a few, that would be amazing.
I'm super busy. I don't want to be a dick, but I kind of can. I've just got so much on the docket to catch up on locally. I got to go do some stuff with Horseshoe Genetics here in just a little bit. So busy day. I appreciate you guys. I love to stay and talk wrestling with both you brilliant pundits more than anything.
I'm now. Remember, I was the report of the people. Before I was the mark of the masses, the report of the people. I've evolved to the pundit of the people.
Oh, I like that.
The pundit of the people. It's a little harder to say.
It's explosives in the pundit of the people.
Right now, it seems like Ben is so tanned. It just looks like a pair of blue eyes staring at us with a beard. Like he's melding into his background. But thank you.
Are you nice and refreshed, Ben? I mean, you got what you needed.
I am, dude. There's just something about that escape to the ocean and the sunshine naturally, and having just unbelievable food there, dude. The ceviches and I was drinking the mezcal margaritas.
That was awesome.
Yeah, just going from 16-hour production days, 6-7 days a week to I can sit by the pool and read The Complete Improviser or Rip Rogers book or whatever it is, and just kind of get recharged creatively instead of switching voices where I'm writing about donuts, I'm writing about suits, I'm writing about sports memorabilia, I'm writing about wrestling, I'm writing about weed. I'm like, that's my day every day, plus all the shows that we do, to let my mind actually just not be compartmentalized like that is I can do about 130 days until I'm just kind of like stumbling over my thoughts and words, and then I need to go recharge.
Well, before we let you go, I have to get your comment on this. So, this is the best, I think, time in sports. You have the NFL, our Giants been 3-1. Who would have thought?
None of it's been pretty. None of it is like, we got
to be
shit. It's like, wow, we did it again. I don't know how, but we did it.
And we should be 4-0. We should be the Dallas Cowboys. But you have the NFL going. You have the New York Knicks. They won their first preseason game. This is the best part. Now we're going to MLB, the MLB playoffs. And I wanted your genuine thoughts, Ben, on why Aaron Judge's home run breaking Roger Maris's AL record is looked upon as way more important than Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, guys that everybody knows they've been on steroids.
Objection, leading the witness.
Sorry.
Well, I got an opinion because I'm a McGwire guy.
Okay.
McGuire's my dude. So
do you have a McGwire rookie card? Oh, shit. He has a McGwire rookie card. Don't tell me you have Ben Hameen.
He just keeps it within arm's length of his microphone.
He just has a random. Hold on.
Which rookie card you want? You want the McGwire?
Yes, boy.
Was that a real McGwire? That was a McGwire rookie card.
Yeah. What do you want? 87 record breaker.
Look at this shit.
Here's him and Canseco Bash Brothers. Here's the Topps McGwire rookie card.
What the fuck?
I know I got the Donruss rated rookie here. What do you want? I've got not just that. I've got over 300. These are all McGuire's.
Did you get them from Don West?
No, Don West. I'm Don West hookup actually. So, yeah, man. When it comes to this with the 62 or Maris, it don't matter. Sosa and McGwire already did it. And you want to know what else? They're going to tear Aaron Judge down just like they did them because his forehead's about a half inch bigger than it was 6 months.
No, it's not.
Bullshit, it isn't.
No, it's not.
He's fucking gassed, bro.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
You can't do this, Ben. Ray is in denial about these things.
I'm not in denial.
You can't have grown-up conversations about
I got no problem with it, dude. I got no problem with it. He is gassed, though.
He looks exactly the same as he did when he got drafted. Exactly the same, except for his teeth.
I watched the press conference at like 58 or 59. And dude, how long we've been watching wrestling? A long time. I know when somebody doesn't pass the eye test, bro. And not only that, I'm not going to say he was or wasn't, but I may have seen him walking down around Puerto Morelos by Pharmacy Star, where you can, get it all if you need to. So, that if you need any somas or anything like that to get through Raw, I got you. Big Ray, Viagra, and Cialis. And
I need that.
What's more, just ask if you just need it.
Thanks for stooging off our private conversations, Ben.
Yeah, not a problem. Well, that's what I do now on Patreon as I show everybody's DMs.
For money.
Yeah, for money. But yeah, dude, what do we do in this country? We love to get behind a hero and build them up until they can win. And we all live vicariously through the baby face together and we all win together. And then we fucking go, he made how much money? Oh, he was on steroids. I'm not on steroids. Right. Fuck that motherfucker. And then we tear him down so we can stand over him and go, you were no better than me the whole time. I could have hit 74 home runs if I was on steroids. True. You would have given me $60 million. I could have done, there's something hardwired in our DNA that is the human experience and condition of what we do to our heroes, especially when we have a trump card, like a shortcut, like steroid to play, and it will play out the exact same way. I hope he beats McGwire and Sosa. I love the story. You know what I mean? But the fact of, it's natural, this and that. No, you just don't turn on
100% natural
switch to do that. No, definitely not.
Absolutely.
Let everybody be on gas. I don't give a fuck.
Vet, listen, Vet, you are an expert at tearing people down. You tear me down every single week, and you make me feel less of a man. Much like Colin, that's why he quit the A show and he quit the ridiculously random pot. You just tore him the fuck down. So, do you agree?
He would have had to been there for me to tear him down.
You guys promoted Colin hard, did you?
Who?
No.
Oh,
No.
Who? I don't have the kazoo.
yeah. Who?
Do you agree with Ben? Do you think that Aaron Judge is on the juice?
Well, I'd have to see him with his shirt off, and I never have. But if
I
I
have.
did, I can tell.
Okay.
This was a good one. The Donruss Diamond King. That's a hard one to find. That.
Yeah.
There you go. You want your Don West fucking Mark McGuire 87?
That's it. That's the one. That's the one from Home Shopping Network back in the day. But anyways, I'm sorry if that. Please continue.
Oh, yeah. Just for me, it's much more about the idea that, okay, so there was this period of time in the late 90s where there was this home run craze and baseball was exciting for a while. And these guys were accused of being on steroids and they all denied it until they didn't. Right. But those were the guys that were focused on. But like Ben said, the guy that's saying, I could have hit, 60, 70 home runs if I was on the gas. Well, you were on the gas and you still didn't hit 70 home runs. So, like, do we just go back and do we erase everybody's stats from that whole period? It's this, everybody was doing stuff. They'd been doing stuff for a long time. When it was legal, after it was illegal. Do we just rewrite the entire sports history books? I'm not a fan of rewriting history, especially when you let it happen. Like, people knew what was going on at the time. They let it happen. They counted the records then. As far as I'm concerned, it's history. It happened. It's done. It's over with. Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame. All those guys should be in the Hall of Fame. Everybody that ever played, if they played to a certain point, clean or not, should be, if they accomplished things, they should be in the Hall of Fame. Do you guys remember what it was like watching Barry Bonds out there?
It was
Do you
terrible.
remember?
I'm serious. I was sick to my stomach every time I saw the guy batting.
I bet you were, but you know what happened a lot back then too, right?
What happened?
They walked him.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Like they would walk in a run rather than pitch to Barry Bonds. Like if he walked up with the bases loaded.
What is that?
I didn't do steroids. P-Rose.
That is fucking incredible. Is that legit?
Yeah, this
only
is
250.
seven inning stretch. Hits 4,256, steroids 0.
That is the best autograph I've ever seen.
Dude, they have tons and tons and tons of balls at the store that signed by everybody from George Bush to Bill Clinton to the cast of The Sandlot. You want Derek Jeter fucking game used helmets signed? We got them.
Ooh, look at that. But Vet was just saying how he was disagreeing with you regarding Aaron Judge being on steroids. Go ahead, Vet.
No, I never said that. But I was just saying, the guys that went out there and they hit the home run. I don't care how they hit the home run. They hit the home run. It happened. Mm-hmm. You counted it then. You count it now. As far as I'm concerned, it's great if people want to celebrate this milestone. It's definitely a Yankees milestone.
I like the Frank Sinatra ball.
This is why you got to get Channel Attitude.
Heavy hitters.
What is that? I can't see that.
Looks like Babe Ruth.
It is.
Is that Babe Ruth? Holy shit!
$35,000. Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig signed it.
And a Babe Ruth regular.
So Lou Gehrig's autograph only worth $9,000.
Well, hold on. I have a table napkin with Barry Horowitz's autograph.
Was that second ball? That's the one from the Sandlot, right? That went in the dog's
You
mouth?
played with it, Vet? You actually played with it? I mean, who is she? And dude, yeah, absolutely.
That's terrible. Ben, do you have any parting words for Tom Brady? Right now, he's going through some things with Gisele Bündchen. Anything in your heart that you want to? Oh shit, he's gonna show more stuff. What is this here? Who's this?
Aaron Judge gamed worn Series 17 game worn cleats.
Does it smell like money?
Certificate of authenticity. I mean, dude, you want to talk about an investment of what's going on? He might even raise the price on these by now because of what happened. I bet these sell for $2,500 by the end of the month.
You ever look at his little wife and feel sorry for her?
Who about Aaron Judge or Aaron Judge's wife? Or
it looks like one of those videos that you type in small girls.
Oh yeah. I don't like small girls. I like.
But anyway, Tom Brady and Giselle Bundchen, they're splitting up apparently. Ben, any parting words for somebody who's a trizillionaire and he has a wife on his
Yeah, sometimes they say it's cheaper to keep her. I'd say in this way, probably not. Hey, I mean, it depends, man. It's easy to cut a joke and be like, you're a billionaire. You could be Dan Bilzerian times 10 with 50 hoes on a yacht, but at the same time, you're a married guy too, man, and life is nice with the person that you love. I just had my 10th wedding anniversary, so there's
congratulations, by the way. I can't believe she 10 years with you.
Well, we've been together for 15, really. So crazy how nuts she is. Yeah, that if he's got love for her and they got family and kids together, that's not going to be easy. So don't matter how great you throw a football or how rich you are, that shit is a part of a harsh human condition, So I would easily like to have his money and be like, all right, well, is he fucking around? I don't know what the ins and outs.
Of course he is.
Yeah,
he's fucking Tom Brady, dude.
Super athlete with people throwing the pussy at him constantly. So
I know how he feels. Trust me.
But that shit's cool. That shit, man, it's not cool. But like at 20 or 30, okay. When you're a grown ass man and you're flipping your life upside down at age 50, midlife crisis, and all that's going on, that can be a sad existence. You know what I mean? So I don't know the ins and outs of the relationship, nor can I relate to the money that's going to be lost if she divorces him and walks away with $200 million, like, what her quality of life supposedly is worth. Like, that's some expensive pussy right there, bro. And that's why pro athletes who are making that money should definitely think prenup before it goes down like that.
What are Victoria's Secret's models on welfare now?
Yeah. Wow. That's
kidding me? This isn't just some latch on to she's been rich before him.
Oh yeah, she had
but at the same time, they're going to get paid. They're all workers. They're all in the entertainment biz. They know what's up. You know what I mean? So
Tom should get paid.
But people say she was cheating on him. Is that true? That's what Scott Woodford's saying. But
of course she was. Of course he was. Of course everybody is.
Yeah, I mean, like you can do he said, she said on the adultery and discretions, but maybe they can part amicably, but at the same time, it's going through some bullshit. And if you're not ready to handle life before the money gets there, when you have the money, all of your bad traits are just going to multiply because you didn't deal with your bullshit the right way beforehand. So
okay. Listen. I know you're super busy, but I have to get your thoughts on this real quick before you leave. Give me like a minute and a half. Yep. I don't know if you've seen this, man, but apparently Sammy Guevara has been going back and forth with Andrade. This is a tweet from Sammy Guevara. You're a jobber, a favor hire. Be grateful, bitch. El Idolo says, I said it to your face. If you had a problem with me, you said nothing. I won't beat your ass because I am a professional. Don't be scared. When I say something, I name names. I am not scared to get fired. Almost like he wanted to get fired. As you continue here, you have Sammy Guevara says, you didn't say shit to me, liar. But he didn't put the apostrophe. Right. Here's some truth, you ungrateful prick. You would be jobless if it wasn't for your dad-in-law. You were really mad at me or mad at yourself for failing to get over for a second time. Just go back to WWE. He didn't capitalize WWE like we all know you want to, and fuck off. And it just goes on and on and on and on and on. Ben, what the fuck?
No, you shut the fuck up and you shut the fuck up, right? Like, there's so much heat from the Punk and Bucks fallout and Ace Steel and everybody, but then like everybody should know like what that costs the company, and instead we're doing more Twitter pussy ass bullshit in public to bring heat and embarrassment to the AEW locker room. Like if he really wants them out of there, then play politics the right way. Don't go into biz in public and fucking do this kind of shit. And now, will they put any of this on AEW TV? Nope. Well, this is why I did it just behind a paywall a minute ago. They don't want to lean into any embarrassment or selling, but meanwhile, they're giving away the real heat for free and not making a fucking dime on it. Sammy will be in some match, and El Idolo's facing number 10 in a mask match or some shit, instead of showing these tweets on TV and then getting real commentary that's a shoot commentary from the one dude in the ring and one dude backstage. And dude, these guys are just ridiculous and not knowing enough to stay small, that our company needs to come together and heel to save face in front of the world. They're fucking kicking it while it's down, going, look, you thought that was stupid. Look how stupid I can be because I'm doing it second when everyone should be shutting the fuck up. So this is wrestling egos inside the bubble that just are oblivious to what this looks like visually. Oblivious Aleister Black, who should be protecting his gimmick if he wants to leave, is selling for a Brian Alvarez fucking promo in his car. You couldn't look any more less.
We spoke about that last week.
Dark side, less anything, and then selling for mental issues and all this type of shit. I don't dispel that. The guy's been started and stopped how many times and had the creative rug pulled out from underneath them. That's frustrating for any artist, especially with as much great stuff as they kind of had leading up to him, and it never paid off. But you shut the fuck up. The Undertaker's not going to be out there bitching about having to be paired with Kane. You know what I mean? Well, I just really didn't want to work with this guy, and fucking they stalk him with me, or like, no, you protect the gimmick and you create the universe, especially when you're a mythical dark side heel. That's where your money is. You need to protect and cultivate that, not a fucking I'm having a nervous breakdown in my car promo for Instagram for no money. Big problems, bro, in wrestling with these guys who claim that they love the old school and do nothing to protect the ways of it or their own business. And then when they go into biz for themselves like this, they don't take it to TV to make any money off it.
Well, so he did say that I'll see you on Wednesday, but I don't know if he's referring to a backstage.
What you gonna do? Bite him backstage? Fucking A, bro. Like, they're not gonna do nothing on TV with this, because otherwise Khan would have leaned into the Bucks and Omega and Punk and Ace Steel, where I was at the show in Buffalo. It was a pre-taped thing, super safe, where it took the belts off them, as opposed to like, Tony, the sheets are buzzing. Do you have any comment as they're going into a closed door meeting on what you're going to do with your EVPs in the CM Punk situation? Not now, guys. I got to go talk to my brain trust. In comes Arn, in comes Jerry Lynn, in comes like, to get a full scope. And we'll have an answer at the end of the show what we're going to do. Instead, they pay it off in the first 2 minutes because they can't stand the embarrassment of working with children who couldn't manage a target, and fucking instead of getting the most out of it, they're just like, oh, these things are happening, but no, back to phony wrestling. No, that's where the money is, and these guys will stop doing that or do it better to go into business for themselves and fuel the fan base of the internet to actually fucking pop a rating. Instead, everybody tunes in to see what you're going to do, and you just stick your fucking head in the sand, really, because you can't take the controversy, the reality of what you want to bring into it. So everybody in this, their ego has got their judgment way clouded, unless, and this is a very tiny, tiny percentage chance, these two guys got with each other and are working this to go, everybody's got their eyes on us. Let's do something real shooty to make it fucking look like a fuck you back and forth and do it. However, I don't think any of them have the wherewithal to operate on that level right now. And they're just Twitter bitches going back and forth. It don't matter if it's the dirt sheet guys. It don't matter if it's the fucking top mid-card and young guys or somebody's son-in-law, or this resentment for nepotism and all this kind of shit bubbles to the surface. And if you really had heat, then you wouldn't be doing it like that, bro. Like you handle it.
Here's the thing. We know the vet's going to disagree with you because that's what the vet does. Vet, what do you think?
Yeah. It's not that I disagree, but I just take It's just I just take the approach of like, dude, this is on Twitter. I'm not paying this no mind. Let me just go down the road a bit and see what comes of it before I really pay too much mind to it. Because this could be, like Ben said, I don't know. Did something? What happened between these guys?
So what happened was
talking about?
What happened was apparently Sammy Guevara accused this dude Andrade of being way too stiff.
Oh yeah,
yeah, he stepped him in. Yeah, fucking A. Well, welcome to Mexico. Okay, sluggers, Matt.
Oh shit, is that Matt Noakes?
Matt Noakes,
former Detroit Tiger and New York Yankee.
You want to go way back, bro. Mark McGuire, fucking Huntsville, Alabama, minor league. And
how much is that worth?
Not as much as it used to be. And pro cards when he played in Alaska, bro, as well.
That's insane. That's insane.
Oh, that's actually Tacoma Tigers, but I do have, and I got the starting lineups, all that shit. Bro.
Vet, you started many fights in the locker room back in the day, from what I hear.
And I finished them all right then and there. So
goddamn right you did.
Put my ass 2 or 3 times.
Goddamn right you did. Well, Ben, I guess I'll let you, we'll let you go.
I gotta go through these McGuires now and see what I got.
Yeah, cancel all my plans for today.
Y'all infidels, you know where it is. Patreon.com/Hami Media Group, ChannelAttitude.com, Cameo, Twitch. We're everywhere and we're nowhere, infidels. It's the Next Level Review with Big Ray the Vet and Hacker Hameen. Y'all.
And just like that, he's gone. I feel like he's still there. Oh, he's gone. Okay, is he gone? Is he gone? Ben is a moron. What is he talking about? Aaron Judge being on steroids? Is he fucking on? Is he high?
I don't know. He hit 62 home runs. That don't happen often.
I'm kidding, folks. I'm kidding. Ben is not a moron. Did you hear about that was a good conversation regarding Sammy Guevara. You have any closing comments regarding the stupid Twitter shit? I don't think it's a work. I think it's these two guys just being children.
Well, I don't know. It doesn't necessarily have to be a work for Sammy to be just tweeting in character. Like he might not have smartened Andrade up to what he was going to do, but he'd be like, yeah, whatever. And then he'd be like, okay, yeah. I can't imagine Sammy Guevara publicly saying these things knowing that he's going to have to show up to work where this guy's at. And he will fucking kill you.
He will.
It seems like, well, or as Andrade says, the only reason he won't is because he is a professional, which he is. So it just seems weird that you would publicly do that. So that's why I'm not really fully buying it, that this is 100% real, but I don't know what it is. It just seems like some silliness that nobody's going to care about.
All right. Well, I mean, the last thing, they have a little soundbite of Andrade.
I'm hurt and I'm old and I'm fucking tired and I work with fucking children.
Yeah, so check this out. Muffin. I could go for a nice blueberry muffin right now to go with my coffee. That would be amazing. Would I be like rude to eat on air? Yeah, right.
No, but you don't have one, right? So you have to order it.
That would be a little rude. Go to the corner store. Can you hold this down for about 20 minutes?
Just use an app.
So I'm going to read this verbatim. This is off of WrestleStink.com. When it comes to the current white rabbit craze that's gripping the WWE, one pill leads you to a clue on SmackDown, and one pill leads you to a clue on Raw, blah, 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 going back and forth.
Does it?
It does. So according to Fightful Select, our good friend Sean Ross Sapp, WWE has hired Rob Fee for a position of director of what's called long-time creative. It was noted that Fee officially signed his WWE contract this past week and was scheduled to start with the company full-time in October. He's an accomplished comic book writer. Fee is known for serving as a head writer on several Disney TV series. Oh, great. As well as writing comic books for Marvel characters such as Daredevil, Spider-Man, and the Avengers. He's also done some horror work for Marvel in the past. Sources noted Fightful Select that Fee was a wrestling fan and that he was what is it? And he was he was very up to date with the WWE product. Anyway, so the most interesting thing and connection regarding this gentleman is that he apparently Fee had previously pitched a film to the WWE regarding Bray Wyatt's Fiend character, which was set to go forward, but then Bray Wyatt was released August 2021. Sources have also told Fightful Select that among Fee's first projects for the promotion has been the White Rabbit storyline. So it's him. This is the guy that's been behind the White Rabbit storyline this past month. So let's look at this one thing here, Vet, and it is a new title of Long Time Creative, director of Long Time Creative. When you hear a vernacular like that, sorry, stuttering as my stroke. What do you think? What is Long Time Creative?
When you hear the phrase "long time," doesn't that just immediately conjure up the past? Oh. Like, don't you think of it in past tense? Like,
no, I think of
hey, I've done this for a long time. Like, these are the things that we use it. We don't usually talk about long time. We say long term. Now, if you want to say long term creative, that sounds like it's looking into the future. Long time makes it sound like it already happened.
See, the way I looked at it is that, long-term booking. Maybe they should call it long-term creative.
Yeah, we know what they maybe meant by it, but the word choice is weird.
So apparently this guy's written comic books and he's pitched stuff for Bray Wyatt. Never heard of him either. I mean, they said something.
He must have been after my time. Like, I quit reading comics around 2006. So
it's been that
maybe
long,
he's come back. Yeah, maybe he's come back like in that past 16 years or so and done all his Disney Channel shit.
And I'm trying to find out if it's long-term creative, but no, it's long-time creative. Maybe long-term creative. Maybe these idiots wrote it wrong. Let's say long-term creative. That makes more sense. All right, what was the last comic book series you were like really into?
I don't know, but one of the things, because I had a few, but there was one of the things that like, it was getting to be a habit I couldn't really afford. And it was also becoming, it's like, it wasn't worth it either. So one of the things I remember was when they were doing the Civil War storyline in the comics, and when Peter Parker revealed his identity, I was like, you know what? I think I'm not going to read comics anymore because this is stupid.
What were they doing? They were fucking doing a Civil War storyline?
You don't remember the Civil War thing? It was like Captain America versus Iron Man.
I don't. No, not at all.
They turned it into a movie, which was, obviously
right.
The Civil War movie had to, focus on a different thing. They just took the same, basic premise, but yeah, it was like the thing about like, should superheroes be registered with the government and have to, have all their secret identities exposed? And it was really stupid.
I got to put over the fact that apparently Wrestle Inc. got it wrong. It is long-term creative. Fucking God. Nick Hausman. Seriously.
Wait, which one was it? Wrestle Zone or Wrestle Inc.? You said both of those.
It's Wrestle Inc. I must have said Wrestle Zone because it's...
okay.
Anyway, but it's long-term creative. It is long-term. That makes the most sense. And Jerome is in the house with an N.
Yeah.
He's in the house, motherfuckers. All right. I mean, that's what's going on. Has this? I know you're gonna say no, but I have to throw it out there. I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't. Has any of this White Rabbit shit made you interested? Now, before you answer the question, I'll say this: my son, who's a teenager, is a huge Bray Wyatt fan, loves Bray Wyatt, and he is all in. And apparently, his friends that are into wrestling are really all in. Now we're talking about teenagers. Can you see how this is working for a younger demographic?
Can I see how it's working for a younger demographic? Maybe, because they like lots of stupid shit that makes no sense.
They make a lot of stupid shit.
Personally, I can't say that the White Rabbit thing is working because it's not on television. Like, this is all promotion and little breadcrumbs of stuff that's done outside of the television program. I only watch the television program. I don't follow WWE social media. I don't see what they do on their website. I don't know. I'm not in the building to hear the White Rabbit songs that they play during the commercial breaks and all these things that the fans are reporting on. I don't see that. So to me, it doesn't exist at all. I'm only hearing about it in times like this. So I can't tell you how it's working to interest me because I'm literally not seeing it. Does that make
Fair
sense?
enough.
I mean,
No,
I know you
it
don't
makes-
watch
makes
Raw or
total-
SmackDown, but let me tell you, for the people that do, that shit ain't on there.
No, yeah, no. So here's a funny thing. I actually consume most of my 95% of my WWE product that I consume is through clips, YouTube, Google, that type of shit. So I can see how a kid 14 like my boy, you know, that's how this storyline is progressing, how he's getting involved, and how he enjoys this. I can kind of get it. Hey, did you see that Ricky Stark? He tweeted something and he fucking quickly deleted it. It says Ricky Stark again wrestles.
I don't follow Ricky Stark on Twitter.
Nobody does. I think he's got like 100,000 followers. Ricky Starks is tired of the drama. While the Andrade and Sammy Guevara aired their personal grievances in public, Ricky Starks took to Twitter and deleted his frustrations with the latest blah blah blah. But of course, as soon as somebody tweets something, screenshot, people get it.
Yeah, you can't. You should know better. Deleting does nothing.
No, and it says, and I quote, "Man, can my coworkers just shut the fuck up for a minute?" That was that was part of his tweet. He continues saying, "All right, here's a solution. We bring in Hunico."
Why?
I don't know. Second Sin Cara would be adept at stepping up and handling backstage turmoil. I don't know what the fuck that means.
I think it's a reference to him getting in fights with people. Didn't he get in a fight with Jericho on a bus on a European tour in the WWE or something?
Who, Guevara?
No, Hunico.
Oh, that's right. Wow, yes.
Hunico. Remember when he rode that like the lowrider tricycle out to the ring with what was the guy that was with him?
Oh shit! Fucking
oh,
this guy's
he's
Haku's kid.
Yeah, he's Tongaloa now, but he was Camacho then. It's like,
Camacho.
oh, you're Tongan, huh? Nah, you could be a Mexican. Anyways, get on this lowrider trike, and that's the WWE in the late 2000s, bro.
Bro, I put up this video on HMG on my Facebook group. I don't know who did it. I forgot. I think it's one of the British guys' paid channels, but it was pretty good. It was top 10 WWE superstars that you totally forgot about in the mid 2000s, and it was one guy that I thought was gonna be a huge fucking star. Do you remember what's his name? DeBone, the kid with the big hair?
Yes.
What's his name? What was Ricky Ortiz? Ricky Ortiz.
Yes, he was Ricky Ortiz. He was Atlas Ortiz, then he was Ricky Ortiz.
Right.
He was called
Scott DeBone or something like that.
Something DeBone, Atlas DeBone. His real name is Rich Young. Yes, I know this guy very, very well.
Talk about it real quick, because that's one of the kids that I really thought was gonna be something.
So he was a football player, and he played in the original XFL. And he came down to OVW, and he was there with us, and he was trying to learn, and he just had this ridiculous personality like you want a pro wrestler to have. He used to use he had these tights made that had like they're like these long black tights with like almost bell bottoms at the bottom, and he had like the gold dollar signs on it. It looked like some Ted DiBiase would have turned down. Like if they were offering him a gay gimmick, he'd be like, no, I'm not doing that. And then he had his ridiculous hair. Yeah, there you go. And he used Jive Soul Bro as his theme music. And he just had this, he was so ridiculous that after he had only had like a couple of months of training, but Johnny Ace came down to do a tryout thing, and he was there, and I guess he cut some promo that was so outrageous that Johnny Ace felt like he was pressured. He just had to give this guy a job.
By the way, he married
he ended
Layla.
up. Yeah, he ended up with Layla. Are they still
her.
together, or?
Yeah, they're married. This is a very recent picture of them, by the way. I follow her on
very
on
recent.
Instagram.
Okay,
Yeah, I follow her on Instagram.
that's cool. I wonder what he's up to now. But
Layla was my son's first kiss on the mouth at a WWE live event. She saw him. She grabbed him by the face. I have it on video, and she kissed him right on the mouth. But
should
anyway,
have got some of that sexual assault money.
Ooh.
But anyway,
he looks great. Look at them.
Yeah, I love Rich. But here's the thing. When you have a big personality like that, you know what that attracts, right, Ray?
Oh, heat, brother.
Heat,
brother.
Nuclear heat. You know, and he just was never going to make it because he's like too genuine, nice of a guy, and he's doing what he thought he was supposed to do as a pro wrestler.
I thought he was phenomenal. He's one of my favorite. I'm sorry, but when I was watching this video, I said, "Oh my god!" When I saw that kid on my TV screen, I said, "Superstar, size, really fucking good looking, can move in the ring. He's got a lot of character, looks great." Like, what the? How can you get that wrong?
Because you're the WWE and you're not in it to make money, bro. That was up until like the past couple years, like with the pandemic and everything that happened. That era of wrestling that was like the era that, you know, me and Ben and everybody were trying to break in and do all that stuff. That was the worst the wrestling business had ever been. You had none of the talent, all of the poisonous backstage, like bad attitude, like the grimiest of just the most disgusting. John Cena and Randy Orton just putting their thumb on people, and nobody could get over. You know, only ones that even had a twinkle of hope were like MVP and Ken Kennedy, and both those guys got snuffed out too. So, you know, it was just a horrible time. And you see, there was a few guys like Rich that should have made it and should have made a lot of money, and just didn't. There's another guy named Andy Vane. Oh man, if you knew this guy, you'd be like, I'm sorry, this is all the money in the world, and you are just leaving it on the table. Just that's what happened back then. They weren't. That's when I knew that, dude. That's stuff like that is why I just like, you know what? I just washed my hands of it and said, I'm done. I don't need to be involved in this. Like I thought this was something else. Clearly, it's not. Clearly, you guys aren't interested in being entertaining, making money, any of that stuff. This is not what I thought it was. I'll just see myself out. You know, shit like that.
I'll tell you, man.
And shit like Chavo Guerrero giving fucking Atlas DeBone or Ricky Ortiz or whatever you want to call him a shoot boot because he didn't do a spot in the ring like Chavo Guerrero wanted. So, you know, you could take liberties on guys like that. You know, that's really cool. You know, it's like that's the kind of shit that would go on. You know, and the fans don't really hear about it.
Incredible. But I want you guys to go back when you have an opportunity and check out what was his last thing? Ricky. It wasn't Ricky Ortiz on WWE. It was was he Scott DeBone on WWE?
No, he was the last time he was called anything in WWE was Ricky Ortiz.
Ricky Ortiz.
He came in as Atlas Ortiz from Atlas DeBone. They changed that. Then they changed the first name. And then he was in Ricky Ortiz, and he was trying to get a rally towel thing over, and then John Cena was probably like, "Hey, I want to do a towel thing, so stop that."
Oh,
and then
wow!
You could, you know,
wow! I remember
that's speculation.
That,
that's speculation on my part.
Alleged, right? Alleged.
Yeah,
wow.
that second part, but you could see that happening.
Christ.
And then, yeah,
that
Rich Young. We should get him on the show.
Get him. That would be amazing, dude. Again,
I haven't talked to him in 15 years. But
if you got him on the show, I will get that video of his wife kissing my son on the lips for the first time and show it to him. It's awesome, bro. It's really, really cool. Before we close this out, didn't listen to the Impact Attack yet, haven't produced it yet. Have you had the opportunity to speak about the passing of Antonio Inoki?
No.
I would love to hear your thoughts on the late great, a fucking legend, incredible legend, a man that, you know what? Take it away.
Well, I mean, what can I really say? Antonio Inoki was well before my time, obviously. But it's one of those instances where if you weren't alive in that time, which I wasn't, I mean, part of it, but not, not like the 70s and the early 80s, like stuff I wasn't privy to. But you couldn't understand if you weren't there, like just how over a person could be. You know what I mean? Like, you look at like what we look at over as like Hulk Hogan and here in America, and just think of like somebody that's like 10 times that in Japan, like how over he got. And he got himself over because he promoted himself to be over. You know what I mean? So, but
and
yeah.
by the way, a lot of people forget that fighter Hayabusa,
Right.
that actually was Antonio Inoki. For those that didn't know that.
It was clearly supposed to be, even down to the enziguri move that Hayabusa does in the game.
I want to get this T-shirt, by the way. This shit looks dope. Would you get this T-shirt?
It's pretty good.
That's a nice T-shirt, right? Huh.
Yep.
Anyway, please. I'm sorry. Continue.
Yeah, but I mean, I can't really speak like authoritatively on Antonio Inoki, because despite what some people may think, and despite the fact that I'm a fan of New Japan now, I'm not a Japanese wrestling historian. He was more, to me, he was more like a mythical figure, like somebody that you always heard about, but you did not actually see that often, like on a regular basis. I wasn't a tape. Like, I couldn't have even been old enough to be a tape trader. And even when I was old enough, I didn't trade tapes. I just wasn't that kind of a fan. So a lot of this stuff had to come way later, when things like streaming services got to be a thing, or you could see stuff on the WWE network, or even on the WWE 24/7 channel. Remember that? Even before the network, they would put up a lot of classic stuff. But, so yeah, it was more like Antonio Inoki was more like a myth to me, that was so larger than life that even though I wasn't watching stuff from Japan, or I wasn't concentrating on Japanese wrestling or anything like that, still, here's this guy. Oh, this is the guy that fought Muhammad Ali. Oh, this is the guy that broke off from the JWA with Giant Baba, and they each formed their own promotions. Like this stuff permeates you across the ocean, even though you're not even trying to pay attention to it. You just know the name Antonio Inoki if you're a wrestling fan. What about you? Like, was it any different for you? Did you get to see more of because this guy, the New Japan worked with the WWF in the late 70s, early 80s. So some of those guys like Tiger Mask and stuff would go to the Garden, do shows in the Garden. And Inoki was in the Garden.
Well, so check this out. So I am a little more of a wrestling historian when it comes to old school wrestling. And even though I make fun of Chinese karate wrestling from Korea, I have a ton of respect for the great Antonio Inoki and what he did for pro wrestling. He was...
Can you please stop besmirching the promotion he created? Please.
Here's the deal. Just looking something up. I wanted to show you. This is one of my favorite things I've ever seen in my life, and I think we'll share it real quickly here. It's only about 2 minutes long.
Okay.
Here we go. This is for those who don't know who Antonio Inoki is, this is my favorite fucking thing in the world.
Here we have the bad motherfucker, great Antonio, and he's up against a young Japanese Elvis. Actually, his name is Inoki. The referee.
It's too bad we couldn't have got a better.
I'm gonna fuck up.
Say again.
So it's too bad we couldn't have got a better voiceover.
Yeah, we don't need the voiceover. So right here you see the great Antonio Inoki. Great Antonio is no selling. Everything Inoki's doing, I'm gonna fucking just fast forward this. And then, look, no selling him, and then finally he gets really fucking stiff, just clubbing the shit.
Yeah, you see that right in the back of the neck. Like.
Yeah, and then boom, Antonio Inoki's, oh, you want to fuck with me? Boom, 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 boom. For those watching on video, he is just fucking laying him out, taking him down. and then boom. Oh my God, look at that. Oh, this is some of the best. Jeez, Stifsky. The guy's dead. He killed him. He could have killed him in the ring. And there goes Ben Hameen trying to break everything up.
Yeah, he caught a stiff one too.
So here's the deal.
Forget all what you think is work and shoot over in stupid ass AEW.
That was
just a shoot for you, bro.
He fucked that dude up. So for those that don't know, in September, I think it was September 1st of this year, before Antonio Inoki passed away, New Japan Pro Wrestling gave him an honorary title, and it is lifetime chairman. Did you know that? They gave him an honorary title. This is just before he passed away. So when I look at Antonio Inoki, it's the same way as me talking about Muhammad Ali. I've seen, I think, almost every single one of Muhammad Ali's fights. I've seen almost every one of Muhammad Ali's interviews, and I've seen tons of Antonio Inoki matches, tag team matches with he and Giant Baba, matches with him and Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan, going back, Tiger Mask, like just all the way back. I think Antonio Inoki was an incredible wrestler. He was, just like you said, he was the Elvis Presley of Japanese wrestling. He's the Hulk Hogan of Japanese wrestling. So popular, and he's very famous for that fight, which is absolutely terrible. I've seen the entire fight. It is the most boring thing. Where it was mixed martial arts, basically. It was martial arts.
That turned into a shoot because they couldn't agree on the work.
Right.
You're talking about the Muhammad Ali thing.
Yes, the Muhammad Ali. Yes, explain.
Oh, well, they obviously Muhammad Ali was smartened up. Like he knew the deal, but neither guy wanted to really give any ground on how this thing should go, I guess, because they both had a reputation that they wanted to protect at that time. And because they couldn't like, agree on how the things were supposed to go, it just turned into a thing's like, well, we'll see you out there. We'll see you out there.
And here's another thing. During that time of that fight, especially in Japan, pro wrestling was incredibly protected, and people in Japan actually looked at pro wrestling almost religiously, like in Mexico. But also, pro wrestlers were looked upon. And if you do your research and if you do your studies regarding pro wrestling history, pro wrestling was looked upon, or pro wrestlers were looked upon, as the toughest people in the world. And Antonio Inoki had to go in there and protect it. I think if Antonio Inoki really wanted to, and this is saying a lot, I think Antonio Inoki could have tied Muhammad Ali into a pretzel. Yeah, I really do believe that. Same as if Antonio Inoki shot and Muhammad Ali really wanted to punch him in the face, and he could have got knocked out. So that fight could have gone horribly for either one of the two, and both were protecting their business. Antonio Inoki was beyond a legend. There's no word to describe somebody like you call people. There are a lot of people called legends. Coco Beware is called a legend.
Usually, when you say legend, you just mean you're an old timer.
Right, you're an old timer.
That's it.
I think there's a difference between being a legend and being an icon. And Antonio Inoki was an icon. He has
both. He's
both. And people talk about Mount Rushmores of greatest wrestlers of all time. And if you really look back in retrospect of what he accomplished, what he brought to the sport that we love, Antonio Inoki could very well be on that Mount Rushmore of all timers. Sure. And it's one hell of a run, brother. 79 years. He was a politician. Listen, all politicians are dirty, so I'm not going to get into that. But brother, that guy was just incredible. I would implore you watching right now or listening to go back, man. Just type in Antonio Inoki. This video with him and the great Antonio will probably pop up first, but just go down the rabbit hole, man, and you come back and you tell us how fucking awesome this guy really, really was. And he had a charisma that exuded through. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, listen to the people. Like when you think of Japan as being a certain way, and listen to how they react to everything that he does. You know, they like whatever they may have thought about pro wrestling, it was protected or whatever. They weren't going to question it, but they believed in Antonio Inoki. They believed in him, or they believed in the character of him, but they believed in it. And I think that's really what's missing from today. That's why people are really losing interest, because we can't get people to believe on that level anymore. But I'm not going to turn this into a whole essay on today. I will just say that, I always implore you guys to check out njpwworld.com. And they have made like a lot of matches of if not all of them, they're all free Antonio Inoki matches. So you can go to the website, and even if you don't have an account, you can watch any of these matches. You can watch Inoki and have matches against Hogan, Andre, Vader, Dr. Death, just everybody that you could think of from that era. It's like a who's who of guys that he was in the ring with. I think there was an unrecognized title change once. Bob Backlund went over there and he won the WWF Championship.
Right here. Is this it right here?
Yeah, that was it.
Yep. And they also gave him, I think it was a martial arts championship, WWF Martial Arts Championship. Do you remember that?
That I don't remember, but
Google it. It's off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure WWF had bestowed him with. So this is it right here. I don't know if you guys can see this. I mean, I can make it a little bigger, but this is Antonio Inoki. No, you can't make it bigger. Defeating Bob Backlund for the WWF title.
Yeah,
which is fucking cool as fuck, bro.
Yeah. So njpwworld.com for all the free Antonio Inoki matches.
Rest in peace, the late great Antonio Inoki. Ladies and gentlemen, NXT. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is NXT. Just regular NXT. No 2-point anything anymore, ladies and gentlemen. Little by little, the show is evolving. At least the look of the show is evolving. Ladies and gentlemen, this took place October 4th, 2022. And Vet, I'm going to hand it over to you, my brother.
We go from talking about somebody that's over to a whole building full of people that if they all live to be 100...
No.
And you put them all together.
Well, maybe Nikita Lyons.
If they all live to be 100, they would never be as over.
So we have a new look. We have a new team. I just want to throw that out there. A new announced team.
Yeah.
And just so you know.
Is this like because they mentioned that Vic Joseph is.
He's on his honeymoon. That's what it was. He's on his honeymoon. He'll be back. I think next week or the week following. And then what's his name? Byron Saxton will go back to Raw. But this guy Shah, whoever his name is,
Sudu Shah.
Yeah,
he's the announcer for Next Level with Nigel McGuinness.
Well, he's going to be the permanent number 3. So it's going to be a 3-man booth. Just your quick thoughts on a 3-man booth on an indie.
Well, he's just Indian Vic Joseph, so that's a little bit redundant, right? Like, we don't need 2 Vic Josephs.
Do we?
No, I just said no. No, we don't.
Well,
what's Byron Saxton going to do? Is that?
No, he's going back to Raw.
Okay.
Well, so it's going to be Byron. It's going to be, listen, it's going to be Wade Barrett, Shaw, and Vic Joseph.
Terrible.
3-man booth.
Absolutely terrible.
Sorry. Just want to, how to tell you.
That's like having Michael Cole, and Corey Graves. Like, that's essentially your announced team.
Oh, Elizabeth, stop it.
Elizabeth does not like Nikita Lyons, and I can't say I entirely blame her.
Don't you dare. Well, anyway, we kick off the show with this behind me.
Yeah, exactly. We get Pretty Deadly coming out in these. Well, you see them there if you're watching on channelattitude.com. We're live here on YouTube. This the powdered wigs, and I don't know what kind of a getup this is.
It's amazing.
I believe one of the announcers threw the phrase "Party City" out there. It's so they're in the ring for the promo, and they're basically going through, and I can't do this justice. Like, I can't recreate Pretty Deadly's promo, but they're basically saying they have no challengers left. Like, they've cleaned out the division, even though that's not even close to true. But in good heel fashion, you're lying. And yep, order. Yeah, the people are just sitting there quietly listening, and they're like demanding order. I guess they thought they were going to get booed a lot harder than they did. I think the people are kind of into it.
People love these guys. Who doesn't?
Yeah. So anyway, just to move this thing along, the Brawling Brutes appear. Oh, big surprise! Look, these guys are on SmackDown. Then there's a scuffle, and then Trick and Mello come through, and they walk past like, what's all this? We got a match. So we're moving the show along. I don't.
Did you like the segment?
Yeah, I loved it. I don't think I have to ask you if you loved it. I'm sure you loved it. Do you have any notes for that? Anything they could have improved upon, perhaps?
No. Perfect. I'm not even kidding you, man. I'll be honest with you. I'll shit with you. I'll shit on them. These guys, these guys just get it. They're trying to get heat with the fucking pounding of the little mallet and shit, and coming out with the wigs. And if you notice, the
moles, the
little moles and shit. Oh, it's
the white makeup.
Fucking brilliant. These guys are fantastic. They are made for television. These guys need to be excoriated or extracted?
Yes, extracted.
Extracted from NXT and immediately put on fucking SmackDown. That's how good these guys are. These guys would make the WWE Tag Team division so watchable.
Can you imagine the back and forth between them and the Usos? Or the Usos with Sammy and them?
Oh my God.
And Solo, Solo's like, I thought I got away from you guys,
It'll be great, bro. You can see, are we supposed to be scared? I don't know, Kip. Are we scared? I don't know. I don't feel scared today. Do you feel scared? No, I don't feel scared. I feel delicious. Do you feel delicious? Just going back and forth. Those guys are great, bro. They're great. They're great.
Yeah, and if you're some writer that's fresh out of college or whatever, and you got a job with the WWE, and you got a couple guys like this, I'm sure you could really sink your teeth into some stuff for them. Like it's just like, oh, finally something that's not just wrestlers. I can do something with this, So, anyway,
fan-fucking-tastic, bro.
Yeah, good stuff. Anyway, earlier today, Alba jumped Toxic Attraction and took off in their SUV in the back seat. She jumped in the back seat and the SUV took off. Was Mandy driving the SUV? Like, what? Did Mandy kidnap Alba Fire? Is that how this is going? Who knows? But what did you think of this?
The funniest thing that stuck out to me was, I forgot which announcer said it, but he says, what's becoming the most dangerous place in professional wrestling, the parking lot.
Yeah, they burying themselves. Yes,
basically. Hey, brother. I'm assuming they had a driver, but Alba Fire must have taken the driver out with her.
Well, we've seen Mandy drive herself up to her own matches.
I don't know, dude.
I assume she was behind the wheel.
I didn't put two and two together. No, you got me thinking, brother.
It's weird, right? Well, anyway,
a little bit.
Speaking of weird, Oro Mensa versus Carmelo Hayes. That's the scheduled match, and we get Hayes with the top rope axe kick for the win, and he puts on the headset right away. And then Andre Chase comes out for his match. So, do you have any notes on good old Oro Mensa and Carmelo Hayes?
Listen,
couple light skinned brothers flying at each other.
Wasn't a terrible match. I understand what you're talking about regarding Oro Mensa. I found myself disconnected from this match, and I'm a huge Carmelo Hayes fan. Oro Mensa, it was. You ever seen that Spider-Man?
What did I say about him?
He's boring. He's just he's like basic. He's basic, as the kids say. You ever seen that Spider-Man meme with the 4 Spider-Mans pointing at each other?
Yeah,
that's what this match looked like to me.
It was just
except that Oro Mensa was like,
Oro Mensa's the fast-forwarded version because of the hair growth.
A little bit, dude. Yeah, not a. He's meh.
Okay.
He's meh.
Well, he's meh right now. We'll see if he gets any better or they give him something else. But anyway, Diamond Mine's in the trainer's room. Duke Hudson comes in to talk shit in the way that only Duke Hudson can, which thankfully is with a shirt with the vest, at least this time.
Yeah, he's done, and we'll talk about that soon. I think
Okay.
I think this is his last match ever.
Duke Hudson's last match is Conrad Thompson going to put on a big event for it? And
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably not, brother.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, we're going to get Ridge versus Chase here. Robert Stone gets a body slam from Thea Hale on the outside. So,
Bro, she dropped him right on his head.
Did she?
Did you not watch that body slam?
It looked clean to me.
Yeah, I don't know, brother. That looked more like a what do you call it, like a tiger driver.
Tiger
Wish she dropped him.
In honor of Antonio Inoki and New Japan Pro Wrestling, Thea Hale wanted to drop Robert Stone on his head and neck.
She didn't protect him all the way down. He kind of landed on the back of his neck a little bit. He even sold it a little bit. But
all right, well, it's on you to protect yourself on a body slam.
Of course,
and,
sure.
Yeah, you can do what you can if they're not protecting themselves, but it's she's not going to know that.
Sure.
Don't teach them how to wrestle there. And then so Carmelo Hayes is doing commentary on this whole, the whole thing or whatever still. And then Wesley just like jumps on, flies into him off the screen.
That was
Of
great.
course, it's one of those things that's only for TV because anybody that was there, including Carmelo Hayes, should have seen him running like from wherever he came from. But who cares? This is the magic of television, and he just appears in the frame. He pounced on Melo and started throwing punches. Pretty funny looking, right?
It was good. Can I just say that Andre Chase losing this match made me sad, and I think it kind of sucked. Did you not see the energy literally being sucked out of that crowd? Because everybody wanted Andre Chase to win.
But this time, that's what needed to happen.
Why? Explain.
Because Andre Chase is somebody that it's okay if he wins once in a while, but sometimes you have to take it away from the people in favor of a guy that, let's face it, they're going to want to do something with him. They might do maybe one day the WWE want to do something actual with him. They might actually really want to use him. Not in a joke way for comedy like Andre Chase, but they may want him to do something. And if he can pull it off, okay. And so you can't just have him losing to Andre Chases all the time. You got to have a win, and that's what we got here. So it was the right guy went over. Andre Chase is not hurt at all. He's good. He's always got everything else he's got anytime the bell rings, whether it's win or loss. He's still got the chase you. He's still got the students. He's still got the gimmick. He's still got the poses, the catchphrases. He's got all that. Ridge don't have shit, bro. So he needs to win.
He's got a manager.
Yeah, he barely has that because I don't know what that dude does. He just collects a paycheck. But anyway,
that's thank you for that.
Once again, just being that vet, man. Just doing what vets do.
Thank you for explaining it to me.
You're welcome. Do you agree after I explain it, or do you still
100%.
feel like
100%.
You're supposed to feel sad? You feeling sad was the correct emotion,
right?
And that's why, because
it
we're supposed to love Andre Chase,
and we do. I love him.
Even though I feel like he was supposed to be a heel, and it blew up in their face. That's Andre Chase. Like I think they thought when they originally created the character that people wouldn't like it. But instead, they were like, "Nah, we're gonna like this."
He's incredibly likable because he's so you can relate to the guy.
Yeah,
he doesn't look overly big. Even though I'll tell you something, standing next to that monster, he looked comparable in size. So Andre Chase again is a big, lanky guy that can fucking go, dude. I love his matches. I love watching his matches. I think his ring psychology is great too.
Yeah. Well, here's a couple guys, Sangha and Fraser.
Oh,
sounds like some coffee brands.
Does.
And Sangha tells Fraser, like, hey, I hope you win. I hope you win your match with Axiom. And then all of a sudden, who walks in from the side? It didn't take him weeks to get here this time.
He's been coming, and he came quick.
That's right.
Which is a problem if you're in a relationship.
Sanga's more of a ladies' man.
You know what?
But
Order. Sorry.
All right, so Veer's here. It's Veer. Veer and Sangha. Indus Sher is back together again.
About time. That's all I gotta say. About time.
All right. So then Lash Legend walks and talks.
Mm-hmm. And Veer, and by the way, Veer didn't look like a fucking lion rolling down a hill. He had the fucking Versace.
Looked like Sangha.
He looked big Vito.
His hair up,
Vito,
beard down.
Yeah. Very good.
All right. So Lash Legend, walking and talking.
Yeah.
Did she say anything? I don't recall. She's just doing her Lash Legend thing.
I was looking at her butt.
Yeah. Well, she was walking forward, so that's weird.
Yeah, well, I was looking at her front butt.
Like the what's the line from what's her name? Miss Fat Booty by Mos Def? Ass so fat that you can see it from the front.
Mm-hmm. Look, Elizabeth says she mutes it when Lash talks. It's not nice.
Okay, well, I guess I won't ask Liz for a recap then.
Right, Pickle Bear Rust. They're like Indian road warriors.
Man,
damn,
that's a dirt road. Anyway,
wow, but
jeez,
order,
God,
order.
That's more like a big Ray joke. What's gotten into the vet this week? All right,
even Jerome is like, damn.
So Grayson Waller arrives in the Hummer, and he briefs security on what to do for his talk show. Would you who cares about this? But if you just want to say Grayson Waller's name, we can just do that.
Grayson Waller. You know what I'm going to do? Hold on 1 second. Let's give me 1 second for the people watching. Let me just switch this up. There we go. How's that?
Beautiful.
Huh?
Beautiful.
It's my backup background. I'm going to leave that up. That's cool.
The Ray Hernandez effect.
The Grayson Waller effect. Waller. Go ahead.
Okay. Lawrence Weaver says, I can't have y'all running down Ariana. Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
Ariana Grande?
Yeah.
She's adorable. Very talented.
Santino's
I love
daughter?
her.
She wasn't on this show.
Mm-hmm.
Wendy versus Lash. And Wendy wins. Wendy wins the match. I don't really have anything else to add to that.
All I have to say is that Lash is getting better and better. I think every single week she's in the ring. That's it.
I think
Wendy gets the win.
Mm-hmm. Then we got Quinn McKay. I don't know what her name is here. It's like Kelly Kincaid or something like that.
Who fucking knows?
I think she's cute.
Really
you got a problem with that, Ray? You got a problem with me liking her?
No, she's adorable and hot.
Okay.
The girl next door. Girl next door, very attractive. Pretty.
Yeah, I was just wondering because
just a nice mouth
for my taste.
No, dude.
Last week.
Well, what did I say last week? I don't remember.
Well, Yojimbo just kindly asked me what wrestlers I like and who are my favorite wrestlers, and I mentioned Becky Lynch, and then it somehow turned into a thing about her attractiveness level, even though he was asking just who my favorite wrestlers.
You know what?
Yeah, well, that's disgusting.
Okay. So anyway, she's with Wes, and Stax interrupts, and he blames Wes for the Don's leg injury, which I don't know.
I'm starting to think this is at work. Because usually
then why wouldn't Tony come in a wheelchair?
I don't know yet. I've been digging and asking questions to people. Nobody seems to know about this injury. Maybe he has COVID.
I don't know. It just seems like they don't do stuff like that. They're not good enough at it.
Just COVID in his legs.
His knee had trouble breathing. We get an update.
How could it breathe through that velour suit? I'm just wondering.
You're right. It doesn't really.
Hello.
We get an update on Gallus. I didn't know what it was because they put me to sleep by talking, so I couldn't tell you what it was. Maybe somebody else could fill us in, but yeah. Then Toxic Attraction comes out, and they do their full entrance like they didn't just get attacked earlier in the parking lot with a baseball bat. Mm-hmm. They just come out doing the, RBB and PAWG are just doing their normal thing. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna gyrate my body. I'm gonna bite a rose.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna come out here and try to do what the old men told us was sexy.
What's her face? Tall giraffe with a big butt.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you call her?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Is it
exactly.
me? She seems to be less and less attractive every week.
All right, calm down, Lawrence. Don't jump all over Ray for saying that now.
I'm just saying, like, there's something about her. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they're covering her ass up. because that was the
A
moneymaker.
little bit, yeah.
Maybe there's only one ass in NXT, and that's Nikita Lyons' ass. So,
yeah,
her head is getting smaller. Her neck is getting longer as well.
Oh. Well. Yeah. So then, but we don't get the match yet. We get the K-Sounds do their little profile sit down interview recap thing. This was a lot of things. It was kind of weird, but K-Sounds.
Nothing wrong with that. You know what? It's fine. If you're tuning into NXT for the first time, or if you haven't watched in a while, I think it's fair to put something like this to give you a little background story. And it's kind of a shoot story. It's a shoot made turn to whatever the fuck you say. Yeah, it's true. Katana Chance left the WWE, or she thought she wasn't going to come back, and she changed her mind. Now they're tag team champions. So now we understand why they're so close. Now we understand what happened between them. Now we understand why being tag team champions is such an important thing to that team. So I think they did a good job with this one, in my opinion.
All right, there you go. A fair and balanced review from Ray. Okay, now I have come up with a new name for the Zoe and Lions tag team.
Oh boy, here we go.
What do you think about Zoo Lions?
That is fantastic.
Okay, then we're
Zoo Lions. Are they doing the blue steel too?
No, they're just laying in the pen waiting to get fed.
All right, so it's not like a Zoolander, it's Zoo Lions.
Zoo Lions, yeah. Kind of scrawny, lazy, waiting to die.
With cigarette butts in their hair.
Yeah.
Those Zoo Lions are fucking sad, dude.
They're just like, I wish a motherfucker would come down here.
Right? Poor Zoo Lions. Elizabeth is dead. Lion's mane? What? No, that doesn't work.
It doesn't have anything to do with their names at all.
Yes. Timon and Pumbaa
comes from.
I like that one.
It
means no worries for the rest of your days.
Yeah, I like mine better.
Yeah, yours is better. So there's Zoo Lions.
Yeah, Zoo Lions. So now we get Toxic Attraction versus the Zoo Lions. Gigi learned one thing. She stayed down for the split leg drop after taking that Sammy Guevara finisher. So she didn't get back up and take another move. So either she just knows, or they got talked to about that after they watched the tape.
Joking. So. Refresh my memory. What happened last week with them taking that?
It was either last week or the week before. I don't remember. No, because I think this was the episode I did with Ben. Yeah, when you were
Florida
on your Florida. So what happened was, Zoo Lion has a thing where they both hit their finishers, right? So they were in a match. I think it was Ariana Grace and what's the accounting chick?
The accounting. Just call the accounting chick. I know who's on.
Kia Stevens or
sure, why not?
Nikita.
A lot of K sounds.
Yeah, just well, that team, and right. So Zoe hits the finish, the go the hell to sleep finish, boom, and that's like the knockout finish, right? When she's having a match, that's the finish.
Allegedly.
So Ariana Grace takes that, and then she gets up, and then Nikita comes in and hits the side kick on her, and then she takes a bump for that, and then Nikita drops the leg on her. So she basically had to no-sell the finish because the spot is for her to get up and get kicked again. Which is like, why don't you just stay down after that and then let Nikita come in and hit the splits? Why would you get up just to take another kick? It's either because Nikita Lyons wanted to get her extra kick in, or no, that's the only reason. So I said at the time, I pointed that out, everyone agreed. You don't get up after taking somebody's finish. That's ridiculous.
You think Shawn Michaels looked her in the eye like this? Anyway.
Yeah. This is the guy that everybody's got to take a bump on the super kick unless, I super kick you into Triple H's pedigree. Then it's okay if you don't take a bump, right? So maybe that's who told her. But anyway, yeah. What do you think of this match, Ray? I mean, you got your girl in it.
Go back and watch Shawn Michaels versus Hulk Hogan.
Oh, come on. Come on, as Zoo Lion and Toxic Attraction. Everybody.
Well, I think
these are all the sexy ladies in one place.
The right team went over here. Nikita Lyons needs to stop doing that spinning back kick because they have to fucking edit this shit out of that kick every single week. She misses it by like a foot, literally and figuratively. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. I really don't have much to say about it. This is one of those matches that, you know how you described how you're watching something and you see it, but you don't retain anything from it.
Yeah, and your brain, you're seeing it with your face, and you're like, and then inside your brain's like, da 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 da.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, actually.
Can't take credit for that. That's The Simpsons, but
that's very funny. But no, actually, during this match, I was on the train, and some dude opened up this container and decided to eat, I don't know if it was soup or goulash. That shit smelled like fucking dick, like donkey dick, bro. It was terrible, and it was donkey dick dipped in shit is what it smelled like. And I'm watching this match and I can't get my mind wrapped around this match because the smell permeating through the car, the F train car, was just terrible. So that's what I remember about this match: a guy eating some goulash.
All right, it's the smell. What movie, Liz? All right, we get a Dragunov vignette.
I like this.
Okay, so this is sort of like a profile, also, just kind of letting you know what he's been up to and how he never lost and, you know, all this other shit. And he's kind of talking about JD and Junior here. So this will be the first of 3 guys in this triple threat match that talk about it in different ways. So what did you like about this one?
I like this because
she's so good, man.
Ooh.
She's so fucking good.
Ooh.
She don't miss nothing.
What?
The Matrix. All right. So you were saying about the Dragunov vignette.
No, I loved it. This guy, even though English obviously isn't his first language, he makes me believe in him. I believe this guy is a crazy.
Is he the Antonio Inoki of Russia?
Brother, this guy looks like he will fuck you up. Doesn't matter if you're bigger than him, doesn't matter anything. If you look at him, he's a very powerfully built guy from the waist down. His legs are huge. He's a strong kid. He's got the crazy eyes. He's got the fucking crooked nose. So you know he's gotten in a couple of fights in his life.
And the crazy eyes, remember, he used to have those contacts that were like weird red and yellow colors. Remember that?
He don't need those. I mean, this guy is a total package, Lex Luger. He's got it. The way he told the story, the way they kind of shot it, you know, kind of like a Rocky comeback story, you know, he pulls off the fucking leg brace. Everything you needed to know about why this guy is a contender is there. What happened? What are you looking at?
I was just like thinking about, because you made the Rocky comparison, and then I was like, what if Rocky was the Russian?
What if Rocky was the Russian?
He had to fight a giant American.
And if Rocky was the Russian, that would
Aaron
be
Judge. He'd have to fight. Aaron
It's a
Judge.
big kid. If you know, seriously, if Rocky was a Russian, it'd be this kid, Ilya Dragunov. So
yeah, he had this weirdness to him when I first saw him, and like I felt like he was trying to do too much, and he didn't know what any of it was that he was trying to do. Now I think he's kind of finding himself. I don't know if he's 100% there yet, but he's closer than he was when he first just showed up and just started just a lot of movement. You know, when people say no wasted motion, they weren't talking about Dragunov. There was a lot of wasted motion, a lot of histrionics, a lot of weirdness. His promos were like, I don't know what you're talking about. I think he's getting there. So
can I show you this picture real quick to dispel everything that Ben was saying?
No, you may not.
Please.
All right, fine.
All right, cool. So this is Aaron Judge.
Is this shirtless Aaron Judge?
This is Aaron Judge as a kid.
Right.
I mean,
you can take steroids in high school.
He's a monster. He's always been a monster. I don't see much of a difference.
Just saying, I'm saying he's at the age where he could be using right there.
You think so?
Of course. You don't think high school kids take gas?
No, of course they do. But I really look. I'm not saying this because I'm a Yankee fan or whatever. I'm talking as a baseball guy or whatever. I really don't think Aaron Judge is just. I think he's fucking 6'9". He's 6'7", 200 something pounds. He's muscular but not overly muscular. I don't see the kid. He looks natural to me, bro. It just doesn't look. And I was gonna say this at the beginning. And I've totally forgot, but I want to say this now. I genuinely think, barring injury, and I think one of probably the cleanest players in all of baseball was Ken Griffey Jr.
Right.
I think he would have been the one to break Roger Maris's record originally.
Probably.
He would have done it first. He would have done it clean if he didn't get injured so much. And the fact that he got injured so much shows me that he wasn't using any type of enhancements.
Because he really got injured once, and that's when he tried to catch that fly ball in the wall and smashed his wrist into pieces and had to get screws put in his wrist, and he was never the same after that.
Never the same. But Aaron Judge has battled injury. You know, he gets injured a lot. I don't know, man. I don't see this kid. Anyway, back to NXT.
Yeah, it's okay.
Sorry,
it's no problem.
I really don't think he did, man. I really don't.
Well, we'll just have to continue this at another time.
Sure.
I don't know. Like I said, I need to see him with the shirt off. I can't tell just by looking at his wrists.
All right, I'll
but that's not for now. Not for now. That's for another time.
I'm gonna find it now.
Come on, you're not even gonna pay attention to anything. All right, you know what?
Of course I will.
So Roxy and Cora do their walk. Then we get the Grayson Waller effect. I just wrote train wreck on this segment, so that's my note. Do you have anything?
You didn't like this? You didn't like this thing, the Grayson Waller effect? The way he was,
I didn't like the other one.
The way
I didn't like the one with Apollo Crews, and I didn't like this one either.
The way he was going into business for himself, and he was no-selling the girls in the ring and trashing everybody and making everybody look like shit.
I mean, it was okay, but what really fell off was when the girls had to take over and take the center stage, because the whole idea was that he was upset that they were upstaging him on his show. And
there he goes, Aaron Judge without a shirt. Most recent picture.
These pictures are all blurry.
You can't see this thing?
Oh, jeez. What's that one right there where he's got the hood on?
That's not him. That's John Carlos Stanton.
Oh.
This is Aaron Judge from the back without a shirt. Looks pretty natural to me.
Yeah, he could be.
And last one, this is a little like collage of him as a kid. I don't know, dude. That looks like a pretty natural fucking build. Now this right here.
That one in the pool, though.
This is John Carlos Stanton.
Yeah, that's like his wrists are bigger than his wrists are wider than his shoulders. So
now you saying the one in the pool with this one?
Not that one. The one. No, there was the one that was like the top one, the Pinterest one. Oh, see that one in the middle there?
Right.
You look at that. You look at the shoulders there. Mm-hmm. Look at the shoulders and the bicep there. Mm. It's really, really hard to get a round, big cannonball shoulder like that. That's one of the hardest areas to develop, like as a bodybuilder, is the deltoids. And when you see guys that have big round shoulders like that, that's usually a telltale sign. Now he could have,
but this is the most recent picture of him this year. This looks like a natural body.
Yeah, to a point, but it also looks like a guy that could have been using and has stopped. Like, I'm not saying he's on it now. I'm not saying that he's even been on it this season when he's crushing these home runs, but he could have used it in the past. It's possible.
See? I don't know.
Here's the question, though. Like, are you holding it against him if he ever did it? Like, what if he did do it in high school and then hasn't done it as a pro? Would you hold it against him that he ever did it? And that's where the whole question of, like, where do we start penalizing people for PEDs?
Well, Vet,
that's why we can't go open that can of worms.
Vet, you said that you can take a look at a picture of a guy with a shirt off, right?
Yeah.
This guy, if you saw this guy, now look at these pictures. You see this guy here. Would you say this guy is a steroid user? You said you have the eye test. Well, this is the ultimate eye test right here. That's his wife, by the way, who's, I don't know how she can take that big bat, but she's tiny. But this is the eye test, Vet.
Eye test is there's about a sure that's not his mom.
That's wife.
Eye test is there's about a 70% chance he was a user at some point.
At some point, but do you think here, as a major
Currently,
league ball player,
doesn't really look like it? No.
Okay.
But that could be because, smashing all these home runs, he could expect to get tested or something, so he just doesn't want to do it.
And I'll say this: when I played baseball, when I was playing every single day, and I played for high school, my shoulders kind of got pretty big and round. So it could be a genetics thing too. So I don't know.
Well, we're talking. Let's not talk about Latin genetics. Yeah. So I didn't like the segment. I think the girls struggle with this stuff, but it wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen. But it's still not. I don't think it did what they wanted to do, and you could tell by the way the people were kind of like just waiting for the shit to be over. Like they're not getting behind. You could tell like when Cora and Roxy are saying their lines, you could tell that there's like a certain punch to it that they expect the crowd to react to, and they just don't. Yeah, so they're kind of dying out there.
It fell flat. And I think Grayson Waller was trying to not bury the girls. On all jokes aside, I think he was trying to bring some life to this terrible fucking segment with two girls. One girl who's only like 19 years old and she's still green in the business, and the other one who's 20 years old and green in the business. It's like, anyway.
Right. And just for the people in the chat, like Frank, who is putting over Mike Piazza, let's not talk about Mike Piazza if we're talking about steroids, right? Like, don't try to bring down one guy and then bring up Mike Piazza.
Yeah,
get real.
That's stuff Mets fans do. It's got to be a Mets fan.
Yeah, he's a Dodger. All right, so Julius warms up backstage. And then the Schism is chastising the mysterious hooded figure that was handing out McFoley buttons in the parking lot when Waller pulled up.
It's a female, by the way. I could tell.
Yeah. And then we get Julius versus Duke Hudson. Then Brutus runs out and beats up Duke Hudson after Julius beats him. So Brutus is not cleared to wrestle, but he is cleared to beat somebody's ass after the bell.
Bro, Duke Hudson didn't even get music. He didn't even get announced. He got a graphic with him standing in the corner. Then he got squashed. Yep. I do genuinely believe this may be the last time we see Duke Hudson. And we'll get next week on the 3 count. Duke Hudson gets released by WWE and is signed by AEW, has his first AEW Dark match in a week. And he is the AEW Dark International Champion.
As what's his name? Brendan Vink or something like that? I think that was his...
Who the fuck knows, bro?
All right, so Kemp is up in the crow's nest yelling about stuff. And basically all this back and forth, this is just as awkward and bad, if not worse, than the Grayson Waller effect. And we end up somehow with an ambulance match where Brutus's career is on the line.
Bro, we totally forgot. Grayson Waller spun the wheel.
Oh, yeah, he spun a wheel. And the women, if anybody cares, the women are going to have a Weapons Wild match, which is
it's a hardcore
of all the
match,
matches you could have had for like a Halloween-themed show. You're just going to have the same match that everybody fucking has every week. Hey, weapons are legal. All right, great.
Word. All right.
Yeah. Elizabeth says Kemp needs to fall out of the crow's nest.
Damon Kemp.
I agree.
I'm going to beat you guys up next week in Halloween Havoc. You'll see. You'll see.
I'll show you. You'll see.
And guess what? Damon Kemp's going to have a tag team partner. I wonder who it's going to be. Could it be Roddy?
Damon Kemp? No, he's not going to. It's not going to be Roderick Strong.
It's going to be Roderick Strong.
Who's going to be his Swerve?
Who's going to be his brother?
Yeah.
That guy's
his brother Gable Kemp.
Anyway.
All right, so we get a JD McDonough vignette. This time it's a little different. He's doing tape study, opponent analysis, and a game plan. And see, I wrote down that like I would like things like this if it wasn't so WWE phony. But I like the idea of it, where they're sitting, the guy's sitting and he's basically laying out what he's doing, and it's concentrating on, like a game plan, like what you would do in sports. But the way they do it, where he's like watching multiple monitors, looking like some kind of super villain or something. It's like, what are you, Mr. Glass?
I think he pulls it off, though. I really do.
He's not doing bad. That's what makes me want
good,
them.
I think.
Yeah, that's what makes me want them to do better for him, because he's doing good with what their crap they're giving him. So they should give him something better, or just make it look more real, I guess is what I'm saying.
I hear what you're saying, but if you're gonna pull off the supervillain, evil, maniacal guy, I think he's doing a really good job, brother.
Okay, and then we get security celebrating Hank in his new contract, and then Quincy Elliott comes in and he says, whatever he says, and then they dance, and Hank goes out for his match. Any thoughts on this?
Are we gonna talk about the match yet, or no?
Not yet.
Okay.
This is just the security celebration that he got a contract.
Hey.
Okay. All right. We get an Axiom vignette. This is where he's saying, something to the effect of, what did he say? He said, I didn't write it down, but I'm just trying to remember it. He said something like, this is better than reading the comics because I get to write the final chapter here.
Something like that. He's wearing a fucking Old Navy mock neck. I don't know why, with a mask on. That's what I noticed. Like, why is he wearing that fucking Armani Exchange turtleneck? Whatever.
I don't know, I guess. Next we get Zion. Oh, excuse me, you say it.
Thank you. Zion Queen.
Versus Hank Walker.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
while you're talking, I'm gonna put this picture up of Hank Walker.
Okay.
Just some.
I can't wait to see which picture you found.
Oh, this is a great one.
So the announcers are trying to make this like a feel-good story about Hank Walker, like, hey, this is a guy that's achieving his dreams and all this stuff. It's like, we barely seen this dude. You can't have a feel-good story of somebody that we've never seen. It doesn't hit the same. And that doesn't make me feel good seeing that. And that's another thing I had. Like, why does the shirt have to come off?
Number one, see this right here? Why does he have a mouth on his stomach? So here's the situation.
Why does the shirt always have to come off? You notice? You remember when Hulk Hogan would come out and he'd be wearing the bandana, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the heel would get over on Hulk Hogan, and all of a sudden the bandana would come off, and then Hulk Hogan appeared weak and bald and old, but he looked strong with that bandana on, right?
Let me tell you something, bro.
So it's like, yeah, let me tell you something. So Hank comes out with the shirt, and he's all strong and pumped up, and then he starts getting beat up, and the shirt just falls off at some point.
So here's the funny thing, and this is a correlation that I'm not sure many people made. Have you seen the movie Old School?
Yes.
Okay. Did you notice that Will Ferrell has the exact same scar on his stomach?
Yeah, it's a little smaller than Hank's, but yes.
Much smaller than Hank's. But did you notice that when his shirt came off, they said, uh-oh, Hank the Tank is coming out.
Right. It's as a play on Frank the Tank.
Right. So.
We're going streaking.
We're going
streaking in this match here.
Somebody saw this kid backstage take his shirt off, just finished watching Old School, and said, this is your gimmick. You are going to be Will Ferrell.
Yeah, well, that's too bad because he's actually Seth Rogen. And when I said we barely seen this, when I said we barely seen this dude, they're sitting here trying to make it's like, this is a feel-good story. We barely seen this dude, except for, 40-year-old virgin and Knocked Up and Pineapple Express, Your Highness, etc., etc., etc.
If the shirt comes off, he needs to be wearing a wife beater, a ribbed tank, as they say in the industry.
This is a rib tank, all right. Oh, by the way, speaking of tanks, did you see Shotzi got her tank back on Friday? That's a feel good moment. That is a feel good moment, guys. Not this Hank Walker bullshit. Hey, this guy that just showed up on TV a couple weeks ago? Don't you feel good for him achieving his dreams? No. The announcer also said during the match, one of the announcers was like, you got to remember he was a Division I offensive lineman. I was like, how do we have to remember that? You never said it. I told you we don't know who this is. This is Seth Rogen. Okay? Seth Rogen didn't play D1 football.
That is just tremendous.
All right. Well, anyway, thank God Zion Quinn gets a win here. Because you couldn't beat this guy anymore. And I was just thinking, like, man, the great play here would be to put Zion over. But they're not going to do it because this is the WWE. But then they did it. And I was like, oh, good.
I was happy because you know how much I like Zion Quinn and how much I think that he's a fucking star, bro. Maybe he paid his dues. Maybe he's done. What is it, penance?
Maybe he was just the lesser of two ribs in there. It's like, well,
you could almost see his ribs. This guy's ribs through that fucking giant hole in his stomach.
Yeah.
I feel shitty, like fucking making fun of the guy.
Yeah, don't make fun of him. What's wrong with you?
No, I feel bad making fun of the guy, but don't
apologize to Hank Walker.
I'm sorry, Hank Walker, but fuck, dude, like me, bro, put a shirt on. Leave this fucking shirt on. And he comes out.
He's got to come off,
bro. He comes out dressed like a fucking construction worker. Like he just got off his job. He's heading home to beat his wife. Like,
which Wade Barrett pointed out. He said, he's like, I understand you've achieved your dream of becoming a wrestler. Maybe get some tights made or some boots.
He came out in some fucking goddamn Timberlands, a pair of fucking Lees, and some cut off fucking shirt that you see in the goddamn pile driver video back in the dude. Can I tell you something? I rewatched the pile driver video.
Oh my god!
Everybody is canceled in that video.
Yeah,
everybody. Hogan, Vince.
Even...
The only one that's not canceled is Bam Bam Bigelow because when the chick walks through with her ass hanging out, you remember the video?
I mean, barely, but there was a lot of stuff like that. And that one video, the video for the pile drivers, the whole thing was like a construction site.
Yes.
Right?
And they're just hooting and hollering at women.
Yeah. Except while Coco Beware is singing about how, love sometimes sounds like an argument.
Sometimes love, it feels just right.
Yeah, that.
It feels just like a pile driver.
That was excellent.
Thank you. Well,
all right.
I know the words to this shit.
Of course. How could you forget? It's like it's almost like it's branded into your memory. Or jackhammered. Maybe it's jackhammered in.
Oh boy, yeah. That's a great fucking video, bro. It's so bad. Bam Bam Bigelow just puts his head down. He's like, I'm married.
Yes, don't film me. All right. Anyway, so Zion Quinn's not done with Hank. And he's going to kick the shit out of him some more, but then Quincy Elliott comes in and runs him off. So, yeah, ruining all the fun. All right. So Cameron Grimes tries to appeal to the hooded button giver.
Cameron Grimes!
And then he gets jumped, and then the hooded button giver gets accepted into the schism with a hug. So,
and then I noticed that the
young lady is...
She has childbearing hips. The hooded figure had childbearing hips. It appeared from behind. Who do you think it is? Who hasn't been on TV for a while?
A shit ton of people. And people have been released. So there's like an endless list of people it could be.
I'm thinking Rosemary. No, it's not. I don't think it's going to be Rosemary, dude. That's what Aaron Ben Shlomo said.
Her hips aren't that childbearing.
What about that
Rosemary's got some hips.
What about one of those girls, the Faraz girls? What do you call them? Faraz and...
Oh, yeah, the one that's not hurt?
Yeah, the other one that's not hurt.
Yeah, no.
Maybe, no? You don't think so?
Probably not.
All right. I don't know. Is he married?
Who?
He's married, right? No, Joe Gacy. Is his wife a worker?
I don't know. I don't know that much about him, really.
Huh. Okay. I had to do some research.
Well, let's wrap this shit up. So
yeah, wrap it up, brother.
The Brawlin' Brutes get pep talks from both the country duo and Enough Blade, and then the Brutes give both those guys a pep talk and say all their stupid shit. This sucked. And then the Brutes get an entrance, and then Quinn McKay is back with Junior. And Junior's about to tell us his version of, because we've already heard from the other two guys, and now Junior's going to tell him what he's, He's going to tell us what he's going to do to them, and then he's interrupted by Big Body Javi, which ends up with Junior challenging him to a match next week. So I hope you know what you're in for, Big Body Javi.
You get hurt, brother.
All right, and then we join the Pretty Deadly entrance in progress, which is unacceptable. Like, we should definitely get the full entrance every single time. I don't care how short on time you are. Should not be an issue. Cut something else. Never.
They're the champs, dude.
Yeah, never cut Pretty Deadly short. So anyway, this is it. We get Brawling Brutes versus Pretty Deadly. I'll let you go first on this. Whatever you have to say about the match. I mean, you're very effusive in your praise for Pretty Deadly, so that's probably not in question, but
they made this match watchable.
Okay.
They made this match enjoyable for me. I haven't seen Ridge Holland and Pete Dunne. I'm sorry, what's his fucking name now? Butch. I haven't seen them in quite some time because I don't watch SmackDown or Raw much at all. But it was a good match. It was okay. But Pretty Deadly's just fucking great, dude. Like, the little things that they do. Like, if you watch Kit Wilson running the ropes, and he does, the drop down spot where you jump over your opponent, go into the ropes. The way he jumps over his opponent, he even does it like flamboyantly. Do you notice that?
Yes.
Like he's stumbling almost, but like it's just, there's so much brilliance in these two characters. I just can't talk. I can't give enough accolades to what they're so great at what they do.
What do you think of Elton's chest hair?
I think they need to shave. I mean, those guys, number one, if they get on the gas, those guys will be rocketed up to super.
I don't think they should, though. I don't think they should.
You think they should stay with the natural physique, the Aaron Judge look?
They need to get they need to get the swimmers build. Like,
the guys are great.
They need to stay how they are. They don't need to have more muscle. That doesn't work for this.
Yeah, no, they're great, man. Again, solid match. You got the Brutes, you got these guys. And what I love about Pretty Deadly is, and I think I've mentioned this before in the past, Pretty Deadly, yeah, they're chicken shit, but when it comes down to it and they need to, that little femininity goes away, and they start like, oh, you think you're tough, huh? And they start fucking stomping on you and punch you for real.
Right.
So little things like that, bro. They obviously, I knew this was going to be some type of that's the finish, daddy, where you have who the fuck interrupted?
Well, let's talk about this for a second, because I had notes on this and I was gonna just let you go and then I was gonna go, but this kind of ties into it because the way the match was laid out, I was watching it and I'm feeling like I think Pretty Deadly's getting a little too much offense. Because I'm sure they're going over in some fashion.
Right.
So they should be doing more. And it seemed like they were really starting pretty old school, like where they have Ridge, the OG Ridge, is in the middle of the ring, and they're kind of feeding him for hip tosses and just like regular plain basic stuff. But then they would like cut him off all of a sudden. They'd like get up and cut him off real quickly and then go into something else rather than just milk and sell and milk and sell and put the two guys over. So I was like, I feel like they should be taking less of this match and giving more of the match because they're going to go over.
Okay.
Which that's just a basic formula. But then Imperium does the run-in
there it is,
at the end, right?
Yeah, right?
So they run in, they cause the Brutes to get distracted, and then Pretty Deadly hits their finish on the OG Ridge, and they beat him.
It was a little sloppy, too. I don't know if you noticed that.
Well, you have Imperium running in. That's a perfect time for a DQ. So now you're not beating the Brawling Brutes. They're coming down from SmackDown as guests. You don't beat them.
And you're pinning the big guy.
Yeah, you pin the big guy. So you don't beat them, and Pretty Deadly gets away with it does more for Pretty Deadly to not beat them because people get madder the more they see heels like escape with championships. They keep the psychology is, motherfucker, and you can't win a fair fight. You wouldn't be champions if you just had a fair fight. So that's the whole idea, and that's what you want for characters like this. You want them to squeak out, not beating anybody, but escaping with the titles nonetheless.
Like Honky Tonk Man, like Honky Tonk Man's run.
Right, the Honky Tonk Man didn't beat nobody, you know? And then so then with a DQ, you could have even gave them the loss and gave the Brawl and Brutes the DQ win. And then it's like, you know, it just seems like it's so basic and easy, but instead, you know, they beat Ridge, so fuck you for coming in. And then we get the Country Duo and Enough Blade come out, and then they both are doing their stupid things from like the crow's nest and the entrance way, and we go off the same way we did with like Dragunov and Braun Breaker and you know, what's his name, JD, that one where they're all just posing with a belt and the other two people are standing there looking like corny ass shit, bro.
Yeah, you know what? You have people fighting already. Continue to fight. We'll see you next week. We
gotta go. Good night.
Holy, and then, honestly, I just thought of this right off the top of my head. As they're signing off, somebody gets thrown into the booth. Not the booth, the fuck onto the table, and then fucking Wade Barrett. Oh shit! You know, he drops his pendulum. End it with pendulum. End it with
bedlam.
That's what I said. Bedlam.
You said pendulum, but with a B.
I said pendulum. Pendulum.
There's no N.
Pedlum.
There's no P.
Pendulum.
It's a bed, like
bedlam.
You would sleep in.
That's why I said bedlam. Originally.
You got it.
Okay. I think it's good to go home. On that English. Well, Vet, we had a run-in from Bin Hameen.
Very nice.
We talked some baseball, which was different.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun. We talked a little marital shit with Tom Brady. That was fun. I got to tell you, this is one of the more enjoyable next levels we've done in quite some time. I enjoyed it, and we also proved that Aaron Judge doesn't use steroids.
I don't know if we proved that conclusively.
We proved it, Vet. Just saying, we proved it. Okay.
Let's just say we can all celebrate Aaron Judge's 62 home runs, or however many he's going to end up with. And as long as the Yankees don't fuck it up again in the playoffs.
You going to be watching?
Yeah, when they get to the series.
We got the first round bye. I have to bury the Mets. You know, fucking 10-game lead into the month of October. A total collapse. The Braves right up their ass. And all they had to do was get one win. And they couldn't do it. So a big shout out to my family and friends in Georgia. Savannah, Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia. Big shout out to the Braves for taking the National League East. Like the Yankees. The Yankees had one of the worst months in history. But they held off and they beat the teams behind them. They beat Toronto. They beat Tampa Bay. So we're going to the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be fun. Great time to be a sports fan. Like I said, NFL, NBA, MLB. Everything is hot right now. Pro wrestling. We got next week. Do we have the pay-per-view next week? What is it? Not Backlash. What is it?
Extreme Rules.
Extreme Rules. I gotta be honest. I'm looking forward to this pay-per-view. There's a lot of gimmick matches. I am. No, I really am.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this shit.
I'm looking forward to it. Crown Jewels around the corner. We have this fucking NXT. When's the NXT pay-per-view? That's a show. That's next week too.
Week after, I think.
The week after. A lot of good wrestling, guys. AEW
closer to Halloween. I don't know.
If you want to see, I'll tell you something. If you want to see something like to get you in the mood for like horror and shit, and watch AEW. That is one fucking scary show.
And if you want to see real pro wrestling, on October 10th, you can watch Jay White defend his IWGP World Heavyweight Championship against Tama Tonga. Can he do it, Ray? Can Tama Tonga pull it off?
I think it's his time. Tama Tonga, he's with the NW, the Bullet Club, right? Still?
No. They kicked him out of the Bullet Club, and now he's getting his revenge. He's going to take down the leader.
For what I know of Tama Tonga and all the time he's put in New Japan Pro Wrestling and how he's very popular, right, amongst New Japan fans, I think it's his time. Son of Haku, correct?
Yes, the other son.
The
son that didn't have to play a Mexican.
Yes. Tama Tonga, I think, will, based on everything I know, my vast knowledge of Japanese wrestling,
Especially current.
Oh, especially current. Tama Tonga will be your new open weight champion. Is that what it is? That's what he's fighting for? No. The never ending champion. Is that the belt?
He's going for the big belt, Ray.
The Ric Flair belt, the gold belt?
Mm-hmm. The big gold belt, yep.
Oh, by the way, can I just say, Vet,
No, cannot.
the IWGP title is fucking ugly as fuck compared to the previous one, the version 2.
You mean the version 4?
Version 4, I'm sorry, the version 4.
Yeah, that was a good one.
The one that when I did the interview with AJ Styles, he put it on his shoulder, he could barely lift it. He's like, man, let me tell you, I hate bringing this thing with me. I hate having to carry this thing with me. You know how heavy this is? He pulled it up to the camera, his arms are shaking and shit. That was pretty cool. Version 5 is terrible. Version 4 is still the greatest, in my opinion, and I agree with you, artist formerly known as Lawrence Weaver. Vet, what are you doing this week, brother? You got anything planned?
Oh, not really, but I got, the same old stuff, Impact Attack, and, Twitch. It's October now, going for some spooky games, playing some games.
You play Friday the 13th, right? NES?
No, I didn't mean cartoonishly bad. I meant
Doom. You gonna do Doom?
I could do Doom, but
do Doom.
Probably won't. I probably won't. I'll probably just stick to some other things. Well, I just finished the first Resident Evil playthrough, and then I'm thinking about which one I want to play next.
What was that game? I don't remember. I can't even remember what platform it was. That it got banned. That there was like a big fight over it. That because they had murder and like attempted rape in it. It was like a what the fuck was it? It was a video game.
Are you talking about Night Trap?
Is that it?
Sega CD.
Yes.
Where it was like vampires in the house and Dana Plato taking a shower.
Yes, that's happened. No, was it that one?
Because that kind of I think had some tame stuff in it compared to
now.
Even compared to then. Yeah. So that's it. At Opinion Haver everywhere. Please follow me and of course help me continue my hashtag campaign of hashtag turn off the lights against Impact Wrestling. I appreciate all of your retweets and hashtags.
Those lights are still on?
I think they're tuning them down a little bit, but they're not all the way off, so I gotta keep plugging away.
Ladies and gentlemen, apparently Vet wants to watch wrestling in the dark. So, that being said, please follow us on social media. See it down there at Opinion Haver, at Big Ray Hernandez. On all social media, check out my last me singing. There's the Batista theme song as the lead singer of Creed.
Well, Creed didn't do that song, but if that's how you wanted to do it, then
that's how I wanted to do it.
I
will be singing Real American next. I'm going to be singing the series of my
as Scott Stapp from Creed.
Probably. I'm thinking of songs to sing. I might sing Pile Driver.
Oh yeah, do Pile Driver.
Maybe I should end the show with Pile Driver. Only on Channel Attitude.
Yeah, only on Channel Attitude.
If you want to hear Pile Driver, subscribe to channelattitude.com. I'm going to sign off here, and then the next thing you're going to hear is the sweet sound of Coco Beware's voice singing Pile Driver, Pile Driver. Say goodbye, Beth.
Goodbye, everyone.
See you next week, guys. Let's go Yankees. Yeah.
I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.